he's living in the roof with like 10 more people. Hello friends, welcome to Yvonne's Corner. I'm Yvonne and this is my corner, so make yourselves at home. Here you will find tips on relationships, mental health, law of attraction, and anything you need to make your life better. And on Saturdays, I bring you some juicy gossip and stories about my life and other people's lives. And today I have a story about when my roommate literally squatted on the roof of my building after I kicked him out. So grab your snack, your wine, your drinks, your tequila, your beer, whatever you need, your tea, your water. I have water here. How cute is this cup? It's stainless steel painted with rose gold because I literally broke every single glass cup in my house and I decided not to get anything glass anymore. I love the look, but I just cannot handle it. So I gave myself a break and I just reduced one anxiety inducing object in my house. So one thing at a time. Okay, so we're gonna get started. Well, if you saw any story about my psycho roommate or my boyfriend who cheated on me with my roommate, you may know that before I used to have roommates, a lot of roommates. So this guy was the very, very first roommate we got since we were together. So the first like Craigslist roommate. Yes, we got him from Craigslist, so not very smart. Anyways, so it all started because we needed money. I was the only one paying the bills and I just couldn't do it anymore. And my boyfriend was not willing to work. Couldn't work, didn't want to work, whatever. You want to see, go see that video, whatever. So we had a one-bedroom apartment and a living room. And my boyfriend at the time was like, I think we should rent out the living room. And I was like, I don't really want to rent out the living room because they would have to go through so the bathroom was inside my bedroom. So they would have to go through my bedroom to go to the bathroom. And obviously they need to use the bathroom. They're paying to live here. So okay, so we were looking at ads on Craigslist and stuff to see how much should we price it, and people were paying $650, $600, $800, $700. So we had no idea how much to charge. We decided to charge $500 at the beginning for the whole living room. Mind you, this living room was huge. Honestly, that living room was the size of my studio. I'm not even joking. I'm not even exaggerating. So that was a big ass living room. And he would basically have the space for himself. I was never home. My ex wasn't home. So all he would have to share was a bathroom. So $500 was not a lot of money. Then we found out after that we should have charged more. But too late, we just charged $500. So he moves in, and this is a red flag that I keep seeing every time something happens that is bad. This little thing happened before moving in. Everyone that gave us a problem was rushing to move in. Like, was ready to move in the same day. Literally every single one person that wanted to move in the same day gave us a problem, or gave me a problem. So this person, again, he came to see the apartment. He was like, this is so cool. I'm ready to move in today. Literally bring the stuff. I'm ready to move in today. So we were like, perfect. We needed the money. We really, really needed the money. It was close to the first of the month. So we were like, fine. Yeah, we'll take it. Great, move in. So he's so ready to move in. He's just going to go get his stuff and come back. And we were like, fine, perfect. He leaves, and then someone else comes to see the place. And they were like, I'm cool paying $500. Like, what's up? And then we realized we can make each person pay $500 and they would still have enough space. And we were like, you know what, we're gonna charge $500 each. This is not gonna be a private area. So we let the other guy know and be like, okay, if you want to stay, there's another person that's gonna stay. They're gonna pay $500. You're gonna pay $500. That's it. If you want it, take it or leave it. Fine with me. Because we saw other ads on Craigslist that were charging a bunch of money just for a living room or to share a space. So we're like, we're done. The area was really nice. The apartment was really nice. Everything was really good. So we were undercharging. Mind you, this was subleasing. So literally there's no undercharging or overcharging. This was not even legal. But okay. Don't do it. Literally don't do it. So this person says, yeah, that's fine. We can share. This other guy, I don't remember his name. He was really, really cool. Yeah, I don't remember his name. He was really, really cool. I actually got along with him really well. He was older. But young at spirit, you know, those like cool older guys. I don't know. He was like, he was really cool. So it wasn't like he was into martial arts, so he was not awkward at all. He was really cool. This guy was older. He was probably into his 50s, 60s, I don't know. He said he was a writer, and he was writing his next big show for Hollywood and whatever. And me, being an actress, I was like, we need to let him in, of course. Of course he's legit. Because he doesn't have anywhere to live, and he's renting out my living room. But he's a legit writer, right? Wrong. So, the whole month was fine. Little things that really bothered me, like he was talking a lot. I hate people talking to me when I don't want to talk. So, he talked a lot, but it was okay. He made me read his script, which was really bad, but okay, whatever. I read it. And he was just annoying, but nothing too concerning. But he was always home. He would go out once in a while on his bike, but he was always home. And he was smoking weed inside the home all the time. I hate the smell of smoke, especially the smell of weed in my house. I just hate it. It penetrates everything. You walk in and then it just smells like a freaking smoke shop, or like a freaking, I just don't like it. If you smoke, that's fine. Just don't do it in my house. One day, I come home and I see little Abby, little Abby, walking sideways. What do I mean by that? She was walking and she was going like to the side. Like there was something odd with her. And I look at her, I'm like, what's going on? She was acting very freaking weird. And then I asked him, what's up? What's going on? He was like, oh, I was smoking weed, and maybe she just secondhand smoked the weed. I'm like, that happened before. Like, he was smoking weed all the time, and that was not a problem. Like, she never acted like that. And then I asked the other guy, and the other guy told me that this guy literally blew smoke in the mouth of Abby, so he was getting her high. That was it. I'm sorry. I know that's like, we told him before that we didn't want him smoking in the house several times. It was a non-smoking building. We could get in a lot of trouble for him smoking in the balcony, inside the house, everything. Like, it was bad. It was really bad. So after that, I was like, what the hell? What the hell are you doing? Like, you literally smoke. You got my dog high. That's just not right. It's funny, but it's not, because you don't know if something's gonna happen to her. Like, you don't know if she has a condition. I don't know about weed and dogs. Like, I don't know. I just don't want it. Like, respect my house, and I respect you. So that happened, and then the rest of the month happened, and then he comes at us, and he comes to us and tells us that he does not have money. If we want the bike, he can give us the bike, and we let him stay another month. And I'm like, I don't need a bike. What? We don't have money either. Like, what the hell? So he did not want to pay that month, and it took us a couple of weeks to get him out. My boyfriend at the time, was very aggressive. So he got really freaking confrontational with him. He kicked him out, and I was like, okay, fine. We kicked him out. That's fine. I learned my lesson, hopefully. I did not learn my lesson at all. I kept making the same mistakes over and over, but that's another story. Anyways, he kicked him out, and we're like, okay, that's fine. He's leaving. Only the other guy stayed, which was cool. He was really cool. He stayed for several months, almost a year, I think. So it was really good. Actually, he stayed for a whole year. Yeah. I don't know. He stayed for a long time. Anyways, so he tells me one day, he comes home and he's like, I don't know his name. I'm going to name him Miles. He comes and tells me, I saw Miles. I'm like, what do you mean? Yeah, I saw him in the building. I'm like, what the hell? What do you mean? We kicked him out. Like, he was gone for a couple of days. Like, what? I don't want him to come back. Like, that's scary, because he looked very creepy. It was very scary. I'm like, now, what if he made a copy of my home? Like, I don't know. There was a code to go into the door, and we did give it to him, so he knew the code to go into the building. But obviously, I mean, he didn't have. I don't know if he had a copy of my home. I don't know. It was just weird, and I was very scared. And then a couple days go by, and then this guy, the other roommate, we're gonna call him Alex. Alex tells me, I saw Miles again. he's here. I'm like, what the fuck? Ask him, like, next time you see him, ask him, what is he doing here? Where is he staying? Maybe he rented out another room from another person. And, you know, because a lot of people in that building and a lot of people in that area know, North Hollywood, if you live in LA, you know, a lot of people were subleasing and had ads on Craigslist. We saw a bunch, which is why I think no one told us anything at the leasing office, because a lot of people were doing it. Because one, the rent was really, really, really high. That area was very popular. It's not that great, actually. I don't even know why it's that popular, because it's not a good area, but it's not that bad. It's okay. So that was very popular for young people, for dancers, actors, and stuff like that, because it had a lot of dance studios. It had the metro station near, so it was very popular. So a lot of students would rent out living rooms and rooms and stuff like that to live there in that area, because it was, again, very popular area, but very expensive. So one person would not be able to pay almost $2,000 in a studio, but they would be able to pay $600 to share a living room, just to say they lived there. I don't think I could, I don't know. I mean, whatever. Let me know your thoughts on that. But, so I thought he was just renting somewhere else, you know, like, oh, someone else let him, you know, rent their living room. Good luck with that, because he said he didn't have money, but whatever. Then, another day comes by, and then this guy Alex comes and tells me, I saw Miles again, and now I asked him, and I'm like, so what did he say? He's squatting in the roof. I'm like, what do you mean? What is that? What's squatting? Like, I had no idea what squatting was until then. I was like, what? How? What do you mean? He's living in the roof with like 10 more people. What the fuck? What do you mean? So, you know how some buildings do have like a pool in the roof or whatever? This building did not have that. This building had the pool somewhere else. This building just had like the roof was literally just for like the heating system or whatever. I don't know what use they were giving to the roof at that building, but no one would go up there at all. So he told me, he actually showed him, because he was like, oh, let me see. He showed him, he took him upstairs. There was a lot of people living there. Some of them would have like sleeping bags, their stuff. And what they would do is during the day, they would pack up and leave and then come back and unpack and settle for the night. So there was a lot of people literally squatting in my building. And I had no idea that was going on. I saw a bunch of complaints on the reviews. After that, I went to see the building reviews, which I should have done that before moving in. I saw a bunch of bad reviews, but they were nothing about squatters. And then I see that a lot of people are complaining that their stuff are being broken into, like their cars. There's a bunch of homeless people near this area. Everything is bad. And there is a bunch of homeless people squatting in the roof. And I was one of the reasons why, because I brought this man that had no business being in this building. I introduced him to the building. I gave him the code to it. And I literally let him squat in the roof. Like, what am I going to do? I'm not going to, you know, like, I did send an email to the leasing office to let them know that there are squatters in the roof. They never did anything about it, but what am I going to do? Go confront him and kick him out? Like, I'm not going to do that. That's just too awkward, and he knows where I live, literally. So, needless to say, that didn't work out, and after a few months, we just moved to a different building. It was the same company, but it was a building across the street because we wanted a bigger place. I just needed to not be sharing my bathroom with people because, again, this is a 1-bedroom apartment, and they would have to go through my room to go into the bathroom. So it was just very creepy. One time, this weird guy told me, like, I saw you. I was going to the bathroom and you were dead asleep. Like, I literally stood next to your face and you were dead asleep. I'm like, don't fucking look at me at night. Let me sleep. It was just so freaking weird. I would not do that ever again in my life. And I'm so grateful that I don't have to do that ever again in my life because it was not fun. After that, we just got a 2-bedroom apartment. Each one of them had their own bathroom. And I was able to have my privacy in my own bathroom. So yeah, that was the story of when I helped a guy squat in my roof. Literally. Not help him, but you know, I was the cause of it. I felt responsible for it. So, yeah, it's very bad, especially in LA. The homeless situation is getting worse and worse and worse, especially in LA, downtown LA, and where I live, it wasn't as bad, and it's just getting really bad. And it has seasons. Like, I do see that during the winter it gets worse, and during the summer it gets not too bad. But so I think this winter is gonna get worse and worse. Supposedly they open some shelters, but I just see them, and it also makes me sad because these people don't have homes and don't have a place to go. So some people do struggle with drugs and stuff and mental health issues, but a lot of people also just are down in their luck. I don't know the situation. It's very sad and very disheartening to see it every day. When you drive by, you see the nice part of the city, which is all glam and stuff, but then you see the real part of the city, and it's like tents, literal tents on the sidewalk. If you've been in LA, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, it will very much shock you and make you feel very uncomfortable when you see it. And also makes you want to do something, but I just don't know what there is to do if the government is not doing anything, especially here in California. So anyways, I didn't want to end that note. It just, one of the things that happens, this guy was literally homeless and came to my house, and he ended up being homeless again, but he ended up squatting. So you don't know. Luckily, I never ran into him after that. So if you need to take something from this story, screen your tenants, your roommates, whatever. Like, screen them, make sure they have a job, make sure they're not going to your place because they're homeless. But also, it's like, on another hand, it's like, well, what if they are homeless but they do have a job and they're trying to get better? I don't know. I'm very torn about this subject, because on one hand, you do want to help. If they want to get better, they want to get out of the streets, you can help them. On the other hand, you don't know what you're getting into your house. So yeah, I don't know. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. Thanks so much for watching. Give it a like if you like this type of videos, story times. Let me know what other stories you want to hear. I have a lot of stories. Let me know if you want to hear about my roommate situations or my relationship situations, because I have stories about both. Subscribe to my channel if you like this type of content. On Tuesdays, I give you tips. On Saturdays, I give you chismes. So thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.